that you can wind it on up. You can wind it on up because what it is with Kansas State beating Kansas in Lawrence for the first time since 1969 and winning 7 games in a row for the first time since 1931. It's a big Wildcat victory. 21-13. K-State beats KU.
Will probably try to squib it, and he does. Ball comes loose, and the Bears have to get out of bounds. Rogers along the sideline, another one. They're still in deep trouble in midfield. They tried to do a couple of... The ball is still loose as they get it to Rogers. They give it back now to the 30. They're down to the 20. Oh, the band is out on the field. He's going to go into the end zone. He's going into the end zone. Will it count? The Bears have scored, but the bands are out on the field. There were flags all over the place. Wait and see what happens. We don't know who won the game. Everybody's milling around on the field. The Bears have won. The Bears have won. Oh my God! The most amazing, sensational, dramatic, heart-rending, exciting, thrilling finish in the history of college football. California has won the big game over Stanford.
Slide, oh, he hit him in. Whoa, wow, Dion with some flair.
The rugby punt, and it is blocked and recovered for a Penn State touchdown. Mike Hall blocked it. It's recovered. Under 10 to go. Osprey dribbling. Osprey heaves one up. The beat snatches and lost it. Walker all the way it in. 1.1 to go. Timeout. Things right in there. Whoa. A beat did make contact with Flynn. It's an airy pass. Beeman going for the buzzer. Oh! Good! Good! Check it, but if it stands, it's another Syracuse buzzer beater to beat. They're going to wave it off. They did. And the run clock.
Flynn gets a step on forward.
Well, the ball is actually a little short of the 1-yard line now. It is 4th down, the final play.
unless they can stick it in the end zone. Andre Johnson, Roscoe Parrish, and Kellen Winslow, and Dorsey under pressure throws it incomplete. The Buckeyes win. C. Grant was the man who pressured Dorsey, and now the party begins for the Ohio State Buckeyes. They are 14.
Throws long on the right side. Devin Smith, end zone, and one-handed grab for a touchdown by Devin Smith. Big left side there, running left side, gets to the 20, and he is hit by Shazier and knocked down. Another drop to his 29 to pass. Fires long down the right side of the field for Devin Smith. Got it at the 30, down the sideline and into the end zone for 6 points. High snap Barr hits the punt from his 16-yard line. That'll back Corey Brown up, makes the catch at the Ohio State 25, comes left side to the 30, 35 Corey Brown, 40 with room, 45, 50, 45 in Nebraska, 40 Corey Brown, left side 25, 20, 10, 5, touchdown, Corey Brown. Gardner gets the snap, fakes the handoff, turns it his 30 to pass, looks and he's hit and dropped by Zach Boren. He nailed him at the 29 and planted him like a cheap flower. Miller gets the snap, rolls to the right at the 20, throws on the run, caught at the 10. Corey Brown to the 5, bust his way into the end zone. And Ohio State, 12-0 champions of the Leaders Division in the Big Ten, and defeat Michigan 26-21.
The UM football program is fielding lots of controversy tonight, all of it coming from a scandalous new report.
First at 11, could a convicted Ponzi schemer bring down the University of Miami's football program? He's making new claim from behind bars in a CBS 4 News exclusive.
You may have seen Nevin Shapiro at University of Miami games before his dramatic fall. He's gone from being one of the school's #1 fans to making disturbing allegations about the football program.
Nevin Shapiro spent 9 years as UM football's #1 booster, but today sits in an Atlanta prison, convicted for his role in a massive $900 million Ponzi scheme.
Let us know the allegations involving past and present players.
At least 72 athletes were involved in an 8-year run of rampant NCAA rule breaking.
Sex parties that he went to, there's an allegation that he went to a strip club with Frank Haith a couple of times, and I guess took players also.
Shapiro has said he bought players things like clothing, jewelry, and access to his yacht. The Yahoo report says he even paid for prostitutes and, on one occasion, an abortion.
Woman's cry for help shocked a nation.
And he just hollered out to me. And I'm just so angry I didn't know who to call.
What had happened at Duke University?
Hey, I saw them all come out like a big frat house, and me and my black girlfriend are walking by, and they called us.
That's right. Indictments handed down, arrests made on at least 2 young men. We're expecting yet a 3rd indictment in the Duke lacrosse rape scandal.
Rich, white, privileged athletes, the poor, single mother, African-American woman, student.
On one side, the best of the best, the privileged young scholar athletes of the Duke University lacrosse team. 46 of the 47 players were white. On the other side, a 27-year-old black woman, a mother, who worked part-time as a stripper while attending college herself on the other side of town. And her accusation wasn't just name-calling. She said she was gang raped.
Unfortunately, they're young men, and sometimes young men make bad decisions, make some bad judgments. And that's what this whole incident's about.
Gotten away with a lot for a very long time. Why not go home and celebrate? You don't think you're going to get in trouble?
Regrets about that night, just because we put ourselves in a vulnerable situation, did some things which we certainly regret doing.
Within 2 weeks, the story had riveted viewers across the country. It seemed everyone had an opinion. There seemed to be a lot of evidence to prove it. An email uncovered by the police that one lacrosse player sent early the next morning, hinting at what seemed to be the player's shocking and violent intentions. I've decided to have some strippers over, it read. However, there will be no nudity. I plan on killing the as soon as they walk in and proceeding to cut their skin off.
My name is Dave Evans, and I'm the captain of the Duke University men's lacrosse team. These allegations are lies, fabricated, and they will be proven wrong.
Deeply troubling scandal at a distinguished American university. What kind of person knows about the abuse of children and does not do everything to stop it?
Child sex abuse in a case that has parents all over America asking, could my child be abused without anybody ever telling me?
Sandusky allegedly began taking victim number 1 to football games and gave him golf clubs, a computer, and clothes as gifts. Eventually, Sandusky allegedly sexually assaulted the young boy repeatedly during sleepovers at his house.
McQuarrie said he saw Sandusky sexually assaulting a 10-year-old boy in the team showers. McQuarrie took it to Joe Paterno, and Paterno took it to a pair of college administrators. However, those administrators never told police, and neither did Paterno. Meanwhile, Jerry Sandusky allegedly went on abusing.
All the upheaval and riots that shook the campus have threatened to overshadow the 8 young sexual assault victims at the heart of the case against Sandusky.
Oh, I'm infuriated. I'm infuriated that nobody told me, you know, what was going on.
We can't protect our kids. We as a society are pathetic.
Tonight.
And now another big college sports program rocked by a sexual abuse scandal. Until this weekend, an assistant basketball coach at Syracuse University appeared to be weathering the accusations against him.
Former Syracuse University ball boys told ESPN's Outside the Lines they were molested by associate head basketball coach Bernie Fine.
Allegations of sexual abuse against associate head coach Bernie Fine.
The alleged sexual molestation of Davis by her husband, Syracuse associate head basketball coach Bernie Fine.
6th grade, 11, 10 years old, and he started trying to touch me and things like that.
Now, Outside the Lines first began speaking some 8 years ago in 2003 with Bobby Davis about his sexual molestation allegations against Bernie Fine.
Started when he was 12 and continued for more than a decade. Bobby Davis says he knew of one person who could validate that he was being sexually abused by Bernie Fine. That person was Fine's wife, Lori Fine.
What did she see? Bernie grabbing me and touching me.
We warn you, we warn parents, what you are about to hear contains graphic sexual content.
Well, what did he want you to do? I mean, you can be honest with me. What do you think? What do you always do? What, he wants you to grab him?
He's trying to make me he's trying to make me grab him. I mean, he was like, first of all, he grabbed me and started, touching me.
But you never had any oral sex with him?
No.
No.
I think he would want to, but...
Oh, of course he would.
But,
why wouldn't he?
He asked Bernie Fine for $5,000 to help pay off some student loans.
When he gave you the money, what did he want for that? He wanted you to grab him, or he wanted to do you?
He wanted to do me. Well, he wanted me to touch him, too. He tried to make me touch him a couple times. He grabbed my hand, and then I pulled away, and then he put me in your bed, and then, put me down, and I tried to go away, and he put his arm on top of my chest. He goes, if you want this money, it's there here,
About a kid who was abused and adults who didn't help, who didn't step in, who in fact sort of allowed it, created a space for it to go on.
Your eye with this, Ohio State. Looks like another black eye for the Buckeye.
Investigation of players trading autographs for tattoos.
He sold his Big Ten championship ring, his 2009 Fiesta Bowl Sportsmanship Award.
Ohio State quarterback Terrell Pryor and 4 other Buckeyes must sit out the first 5 games of the 2011 season for accepting improper benefits.
Dennis probably would get the merchandise and bring it to TP, and he would sign it, and we would bring him cash.
Terrell Pryor's been seen driving at least a half dozen different vehicles since he joined the team 3 years ago.
Keep it quiet. He didn't want anybody to know.
You heard Dennis tell that to Terrell.
Yeah, and if I'm not mistaken, I think he once he had told me the coaches of Ohio State told him to stay away.
Coach Jim Tressel knew of the violations but failed to speak up.
How much in cash would he give Terrell?
Like I said, every bit of $500 to $1,000, things like that.
$500 to $1,000. How often?
say at least about 3 to 4 times a week.
In the wake of a scandal that involved 8 players taking a total of $14,000 in cash and tattoos in exchange for jerseys, rings, and other Buckeyes memorabilia.